How's it going, everybody? Uh, Matt, also known as Rideshare PA here. I am coming to you guys today to talk about something that I get asked every now and again from people that I know or people um, either close to me or just in general that want to kind of get into Uber and Lyft and ask questions, either on here or in my everyday life, asking me obviously we get customers all the time. They ask do you make a lot of money with Uber and Lyft, things like that, and do you do it full time? You always get that question: are you part time, full time, blah blah blah. Um, um, so yeah, me personally, like you guys know, I only do this part time. There's people that do it full time, but me personally, I do believe that Uber and Lyft or any of these side gigs, Postmates, DoorDash, Instacart, Grubhub, and all the other ones that are coming out on a daily basis, are meant to be a side gig, okay? It's not meant to be a full-time income job. Obviously, we've said before, if you live in a market that can sustain it, then obviously it could be a full-time job. Me personally, I don't see driving 24/7 as a full-time job, just for the simple fact of I know when I go to Philly on my weekends and I spend 10 or 12 hours in my car every day. What's up, coffee? For 3 or 4 days in a row, I know I get sick of it, and then the following week, I won't drive at all, just because me personally, me being in my car for 36 to 42 hours, 4 or 5 days, um, it starts to drain on me, and I honestly just don't want to do it all the time. Other people you've seen on YouTube, main example I can say is Geo Rideshare Revolution. Back when he did Uber and Lyft, he would hustle and work 50, 60, 70 hours a week and make $2,500, even sometimes $3,000 in a week. And that's awesome. I just personally can't do that. So me going forward, like I said, I don't see I don't see why anybody would want to do a side gig full time. Um, Being stuck in your car for that long, it can get monotonous. Um, I try to diversify myself. Okay, I have a full time job. I work third shift. Um, I don't even like, to be honest, I don't like doing my full time job every single day. So I like to have a little bit of, I like to diversify myself in the things that I do. So I'm not always, for lack of a better word, bored with what I'm doing. Um, as all of you guys know, um, I dabble in everything. Okay, I drive Uber and Lyft on the weekends. I try to do as many of these U2. Yes, third shift, buddy. Third shift. It's not the greatest, but it's. I've been with my company now for almost 8 years. Um, I work Sunday through Thursday, third shift, which is great because it gives me the availability on Friday morning when I get off to have Friday, all day Friday. Um, I usually go home, sleep for 5 or 6 hours in the afternoon, go back out Friday night, go out sometime Saturday, go home, sleep in the afternoon, go back out Saturday night, and hustle as much as I can on the weekends, driving for Uber and Lyft when I want to. Um, and then I'll go home, drive a little bit Sunday, go home Sunday afternoon, sleep, and then go back to work. Um, but I hustle, okay? I have my 40-hour week job. I drive Uber and Lyft on the weekends when I can. Um, I have all of my. No, it doesn't suck for me. I don't mind it. I actually like it. But again, to each his own. Okay, I prefer my life how I like it. Um, Personally, I would love a first shift job, but this is what's up, Christopher. This is what my life has been. This is how it's gone so far. Eventually, I would like to do something on my own and be able to branch out Eventually, I want to grow the YouTube channel to something that is predominantly like a decent form of income, so that way I can kind of do some other things I want to in the future, and we'll see where that goes. But for right now, like I said, I work full time. I work on my weekends sometimes when I want to, and when I don't, I spend time with family and friends. Um, but I also dabble in other things. Okay, I have a bunch of different referral programs. Again, those are all side gigs to bring in a little bit of extra money to help me pay down what I need to pay down and do what I need to do. Um, that's what all this side gig stuff is for anyway. That's the whole title of this conversation. Side gigs. Okay? They're meant to be side gigs to bring in extra income for either saving up for your future, paying off debts. They weren't initially brought out to replace full-time jobs, okay? They were brought out to disrupt the market, basically the taxi, limousine company, that whole market, taxi companies, and they were brought out to disrupt the market, to be able to let people make extra income whenever they wanted to, and provide a service. Like I said, I go out on my weekends. I provide a service to my area or my community. I make extra money, and I use that money for me personally, to pay down debts, so that way I can end up getting ahead in life and eventually do something else other than just work for the man. Okay, just working full time. Um, Moving forward, I'd like to figure that out. I'm currently talking with somebody from a new startup rideshare company, and if I have information on that, I'll bring it to you guys as soon as I get the actual information from the people. It's not in my market yet; it's only in Florida right now. It's only in Miami, Tampa, and I believe Orlando. Will be getting it soon, um, but eventually it's going to be rolling out to Texas too. So once I get all that information as far as how it works and all that stuff, I'll be bringing it to you guys firsthand. Um, and that's just how it is. When I said the man, I just meant mad. I meant the man in general. Like wherever you work for, if you go to work every day working for a specific company, you work for the man. Like you're putting bread on the table for somebody else. I want to be able, at some point in my life, to put money on my own table and not have to work for somebody else. Um, I want to be able, like right now, I provide for myself. I go to work every day, and at the end of the day, I come back home. But I want to be able to be not necessarily an entrepreneur, but I want to work for myself. I don't want to work for somebody else. Okay. Um, I want to try to do something in life in the future that brings me happiness, as far as whether, like, I'm hoping I can maybe get into something that I enjoy to do. Like, I go to work sometimes dreading going to work because it's not that I don't enjoy my job. I don't love it. Okay. I don't have the passion for it, if that makes sense. Whereas if I go to work every day, um, building something or creating something that I like and being a part of something that I enjoy on a daily basis, it's not work for me. It's not a job. Okay. It's something that would be more enjoyable on a daily basis, if that makes sense. Exactly. It's not necessarily that it's free. It's the simple fact of it's freeing in your mind, where you know that you're providing a service, but I would rather work 60, 70, or 80 hours working for myself than working a 40-hour work week for somebody else. You know what I mean? I'm not putting profit in somebody else's hands. I'm putting profit in my own, if that makes sense. So, All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna get going right now. Like I said, I just wanted to come on and just talk a little bit, see who came into the live stream, and have fun with you guys tonight. Um, if you guys have any questions or comments, as always, please feel free to contact me with the email. I'd connect. I've never heard of that. Exactly. That's a very, you know what, Mad Studios. That's a really good saying. Knowing what you need to do to improve your life takes wisdom. Pushing yourself to do it takes courage. Exactly, and that's where I'm at right now. There's some things going on in my life that I really would like to try to not necessarily improve on, but just get my stuff figured out. Okay. Um, like I said, working Uber, doing all these side jobs, doing YouTube, um, Uber, Lyft, my Play Octopus tablet, Freebird, referring all these things to all of you guys in general. If anybody ever uses them and uses my referral code, all that money that I get from that is helping me invest in my future, pay down my debts, and things like that. And at the end of the day, um, I plan on coming out on top. So that's why I always say, if you guys ever have any questions on anything that I do or anything moving forward, or if you have any um, suggestions or any ways to save money and things like that, please feel free to share them with me so I can bring them to everybody else. Because at the end of the day, there's lots of things that I do in my personal life to save money, as far as different bills and things that I have, different ways that I go about saving money. Like I said, with my car insurance, if anybody has a really expensive car insurance and wants to look into saving money there, um, there's a link in the description below for my car insurance. It's called Root. I basically cut my insurance in half using that. So, doing things like that in your daily life to cut costs in the end will save you money, and there's nothing better than being financially stable. Um, or better yet, not just financially stable, but f- positively financially stable, to the point where you're actually saving money or being able to do things that you never thought you could. In my future coming up, I want to say within the next 2 to 3 years, I want to try to have money saved up to the point where I can travel more and go to more places. I want to try this summer to go to Niagara Falls if I can, because I've never been there. I want to go to the Adirondack Mountains. I want to go to the Finger Lakes in New York. I want to go to Maine if I can. Some of those places that are further away, excuse me, that I've never been to, and just experience life. Too often in life, we work to pay our debts or just to pay bills, but then we don't enjoy life. And I've come to realize that I can't live life that way. I need to be able to get what I need to get paid off enough to the point where I can start living my life and I can start enjoying life for what it's really meant to be. So, with that being said, I just want to again thank every single person that subscribed to my channel moving forward. Um, and in the past, if you like my videos, do me a favor, um, hit that like button. If you really like the videos and you want to share them with friends, family, or Facebook community, whatever social media, please feel free to do that. That's the easiest way that you can show me your support. Um, but I hope everybody has a safe weekend. Like I said, I'm gonna try and drive as much as I can this weekend because I don't have my kids. Um, and I'll see you when I see you guys. All right, Rideshare PA out. Take care. Stay safe.